Astonished. I participated to all the phases. I am supposed to know everything that was said during the conference, but listening as an attendee at the conference made me very proud of our results. So I hope that you enjoyed this journey. I call it a journey to China through the contents, through the activities, the digital festival, and the exhibition, the book. This last presentation from Sophie is very important for us. Maybe not so much astonishing and emotionally involving us, but it is fundamental because it describes that the project did not work alone as an island in the ocean of Europeana, but really we tried, thanks to the enormous work of Sophie. So thank you again, Sophie, for your contribution. We always look at Europeana as the space where we move, the environment where the project had to grow. So it has been really a nice experience. I have been in contact with Mauro, who is already Mauro Fazio, the coordinator of the project, who is already on his way back to Rome. He has to take the train to be back on his place. And he says that he wishes again to thank very much all of the partners for the great support and the professionalism, and all the content providers. And he hopes that we will really be in touch again for another fruitful initiative. You know that we tried to have a revamp of PAGODE. We tried with the PAGODE the sequel. It is theoretically still in the reserve list, so the quality of the proposal was good, because to arrive in the reserve list, it means that it is a good project. Unfortunately, the European Commission doesn't put enough money on this action, and this is a complaint that we have to continue to express, because Europeana is the only real European-wide initiative. Despite whatever people can say, there are always improvements and ameliorations, but it is the only representation of European cultural heritage in the digital world. So we believe that this is important, and the money that the European Commission spends is not enough. So this is something that we want to continue to say. We will insist also in the new program. As we said yesterday, the Connecting Europe Facility program ended last year. The new program, Digital Europe, is under preparation, approved as a program, but the work plan not yet ready. We hope that it will continue at least with the same level of the Connecting Europe Facility, likely even more. And our desire to continue with the PAGODE remains a strong commitment of all of us. We will continue in depth in PAGODE the sequel if for any chance we are lucky, and we will look for more opportunities even in other ambits. So thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. I think that we finish on time. I would give maybe the floor to everybody to exchange our regards. We have to keep in touch because there is the whole terrible reporting to the Commission. So the partners have still to work, but the experience has been really nice. So I propose that I give the floor back to Jolan for the last wishes, to Maya and Dunia, to Eric, to all the others who are with us. May Lim has been with us during the whole conference. It is a long-lasting friendship. She has been my reviewer at the time of one of the first projects I did in '96, so I'm talking about the last century. And since then, we have had a lot of conversation. So thank you, May, for joining us. Thank you, Stiliani, Zoe, Vasiliki, Marinella, Efigenia, Jonas, Charlotte, a lot of friends. And maybe, Yolan, you can say a few words from European and then pass the baton to the others. Bye-bye.
Sure. Thanks, Antonella. So, I mean, from my side, of course, it was a huge pleasure to be able to work on this project, to be in this very positive position of getting in and receiving all of the beautiful content and editorial that was sent to us. It was just in general a pleasure to see what was created. Also on behalf of the rest of Europeana, on behalf of Harry, on behalf of Maggie, the rest of the collections engagement team, every time something was published, ingested, it was shared internally on the internal Slack channels of Europeana, and everyone gawked in amazement at the beautiful stuff that we got in. So even though this wasn't the biggest project or the longest project, I do think it has had a very profound and large impact on the Europeana database, on our editorial. As Harry also said, this is a really important project when it comes to our diversity and inclusion movement. We're not only highlighting European history for Europe and from Europe, but we're really expanding our horizons, which PAGODE was a really great example for. So thank you, everyone. And I guess I'll throw it over to maybe Eric to do his thank yous to the rest.
Thank you, Yolan. No, I really have to say thank you, Yolan, because it was real. I don't have any words to describe how this project that started on the moment that everything was bouleversé in French, turned around in the world. We didn't know what was going to happen. We had this, it started with an exhausting 2-day online kickoff meeting. It was wonderful, of course, and I said, okay, no, is this how it will be in the future? And then when it went on, we realized that I discovered things in my own collection, and I discovered lots of things in other collections. And although I knew a few of the people for a short or a longer time, I discovered new people to work with also. And I must say this whole 18 months, and I really wish from the depths of my heart that it will continue like this. Was such a wonderful journey that it shouldn't stop. And I really wish to thank every one of you, the ones that I never saw, the ones that I hopefully will see in the future, the ones that I see often online and offline. We have to keep going on with the work that we do here. And I know we had complicated moments, we had difficult moments, which is always the case when you do work which involves the digital. But as everybody has seen now, the results are there and they are there to stay. And so thanks again from the depths of my heart to everybody here for doing this together with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Now I'll take I'll use my privilege as a host here, the technical host that is, and say a couple of words on behalf of the University of Ljubljana team. As I've mentioned yesterday, it was we didn't really know what we were getting into when we joined, also kind of last moment, the PAGODE project, the PAGODE consortium. But as Eric said, although sometimes quite challenging, it was a great learning experience. And even though we probably are the only participants who were completely new to everybody in the network. I must say that, and despite the fact that we haven't met in person one single time, I feel like I know you, and I'm sure these feelings are shared with by Dunya and Natasha as well. So really, it's been great to work with you. It's been great experience, both in terms of improving our skills when it comes to digitizing and working with digitized cultural heritage, but it was also a very nice experience to work with people who are not from academia, because we usually tend to stick more in the academic research projects, and it was really nice to work with the other people who hopefully can broaden the audience for the research and the things we do with, let's say, Chinese collections in Slovenia. And I think you're really working as a great team. Everybody was, and hopefully we get a chance to cooperate with you, some of you, all of you again. And feel free to contact us if you have if you ever need a partner who's an academic institution specialized in China. And now I would ask for others, because for organizational purposes, if you could raise your hands, and in the order that you will raise your hands, I will give you, I will unmute your microphones. I will give you the floor. No, nobody wants to speak suddenly, or do I have to throw the ball at somebody? Kostas is raising. Valentina was the first to raise the digital hand. So Kostas, and you're a gentleman, I know, so you will let Valentina speak first, and then it's you.
I just wanted to mention what I also wrote in the chat, because indeed we have seen in these 2 days a lot of the outcomes of the project, and we should never forget that there is also a huge amount of background work. Here we are talking about thousands and thousands of items which have been digitized for the first time, and indeed I think that the work done by content providers to this regard was really a huge work. And if we are able to deliver such nice outcomes for the general public, for Europeana visitors, etc., it is because of the huge amount of work that happened in the background. And I also take the occasion, well, colleagues are not in the room, but I would like to also thank the technical team at Europeana, in particular Eleftheria, but also Henning and Adina and everybody, and also the colleagues aggregator, because most of the content was aggregated by Photo Consortium, but there are other aggregators from the Europeana family which participated and enabled content to show up, and namely the Greek national aggregator, the Finnish national aggregator, and the Netherlands aggregator. So these colleagues really were very helpful, very professional as usual, open to problem solving, because with ingestion there is always problem solving to look after. So I think that yeah, it is a teamwork inside PAGODE Consortium, but it is a teamwork also with other partners who are not in the consortium, but who really participated and made this happen. This is what I thought to say.
Okay, so I want to say a bravo to all of you for being part of this project. I want to say that back in 2010, I met Antonella in Brussels, and she came out and was searching for some Greek that had to do with museums, and I happened to be there, so I said, here I am. And I was not such a guru as she is, but I tried to learn from her. And it was, I must say that from all the projects that I've been involved in, the European projects that have to do with Europeana, the projects with Antonella have soul, they have passion, they have substance. They are not just made bureaucratically, and they are not just there to be put as just another project to the you know, to the profile of the organization. So Antonella, she has, I don't know, she has the power to make these things happen, to bring people together, and people feel like friends. And she's down to earth. She is very, you know, very you know, very earthy, and this is of course, she is Mediterranean as we are, and so una faccia, una razza. We love her and we want her as a leader for the next follow-up as well. And it was really for me a big surprise for all the content partners that I met and all the partners that we had, because we were not so many, were really so enthusiastic and so substantial to their contribution in their procedures in the day-to-day running, and of course Sophie, which is for me. I hope that we will make new projects together as well. And Yolan, because of Europeana being so supportive and so put into this, and we really now understood what Europeana can do for us with our national aggregator as well. So I thank you all very much, and hopefully we will have to continue this, and we will try to show all this in China, and maybe we can make a journey to China, which we didn't do during this total COVID affected project. But I hope we will do it in the next years, and we can show our PAGODE results. Thank you very much.